The architecture of Oracle. The architecture of Oracle is all about all the physical chunks inside an Oracle database and how they interact together and how data is processed through a database. There's one very important concept that you need to understand first, is something called transactional control. What is a transaction? A transaction controls commands. It's a group of commands that can be committed, stored in the database, or rolled back and undone. What exactly does that mean? Well, when you go to a database and you change some data, and let's say you change a couple of things, you change a couple of tables or you change a number of rows in the same table, you have to commit that change. If you don't commit, then you should roll back, which means you undo it. But the point is, with a transaction, is you have a group of change commands that can be made one after each other, and they can all be committed as a single group, or they can all be undone as a single group. So when data is changed in an Oracle database, you have three parts. Well, four. You have the database, you have the redo logs, you have something called rollback, and then you have the person making the change in the little window in SQL+. So a user will come along and make a change, and before he does a commit or rollback command, the database is changed. The redo logs will be written to, storing a record of changes made, and also the rollback is written to, which incidentally also stores a record of changes made, but slightly different to the redo logs with a slightly different purpose. When you commit, the only thing you do is you delete the rollback, because the change has already been made to the redo logs and the database. So what happens when you roll back? The rollback actually will be read and applied to the changes that have already been made to the database, regardless of there not having been a commit command executed yet. Also, the rollback, which is the second set of changes applied from rollback to database, is recorded in the redo logs. And then the rollback is deleted. What you actually have is the rollback is allowing you to undo changes. The database stores everything automatically anyway. It can be committed or rolled back with a rollback command. The redo logs simply record all the activity that's ever been made. In other words, commit, change, rollback, and so on and so forth. That's how the basics of a transaction or a database change works in Oracle, included with the fact that you can actually include multiple changes within the same transaction. And here it is highlighted again. So more graphically, before a commit or rollback, we execute a SQL command in a window. No commit or rollback has been applied. The change has been applied to the database. The rollback has been written, and the redo logs have been written, as you can see by the direction of the arrows. When I execute a commit, the only thing that's applied to the database is that the rollback is actually deleted, so the change becomes permanent. On the other hand, when I run a rollback, the rollback is actually applied to the database because it's already been changed, so the change is undone, so effectively a change is done twice. The rollback is deleted, and the redo logs contain a record of the rollback that's been applied. One important point to note is that the redo logs are always changed first. Why? Because redo logs contain a complete record of changes on the database, and the reason why they're there is so that you can recover your database either back to and or up to a specific point in time.